It's another busy week at Disneyland, and a few things are quietly shifting in ways you might not expect. There's a major Disney leadership move that could shape what comes next for the parks. Progress is officially underway at the Fantasyland Theatre for Bluey's best day ever. The Savannah Bananas are making a one-day stop at Disneyland, and it's not happening the way you might assume. Disneyland has added a brand new in-park wedding location, and the choice is interesting. A transportation update could change how some guests get to and from the resort, and we'll walk through what all of this means for a Disneyland day right now. Hey everyone, this is Julie from Main Street USA Studios. Big Disney news, and this one actually feels exciting. After months of speculation, Josh D'Amaro has officially been named the next CEO of the Walt Disney Company, taking over on March 18th of this year. And this is a big deal because Disney's leadership path over the last few years has been complicated. Bob Iger stepped down in 2020, Bob Chapek took over, and that era brought a lot of internal tension and uncertainty before Iger returned in 2022 to stabilize things. And what makes this moment feel different is who Disney chose this time. Josh D'Amaro comes from deep inside the company, especially the parks. He's been with Disney since 1998, led both Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and for the last several years has been chairman of Disney Experiences. He's helped guide some of the biggest modern park expansions, including Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and he's earned real trust from the board and honestly from fans. But here's the part people really care about. Josh genuinely loves Disneyland. He's talked about visiting as a kid, riding Peter Pan's flight, and he still lives here in Southern California. And we feel like that personal connection matters. It feels like a CEO who understands the parks not just as a business, but as something families build memories around. And for Disneyland fans, that's a very different starting point. An update on Fantasyland Theatre. We saw visible progress at Fantasyland Theatre as they are preparing the space for the upcoming Bluey's best day ever. Injection walls are still up, but this marks the start of the transformation of the theater into Bluey's school, setting the stage for the interactive experience coming this spring. The show will feature Bluey and Bingo live along with actors and musicians, and it's designed to be a participatory rather than a traditional sit-and-watch performance. It's specifically geared towards younger kids with music, games, and playful moments from the series. Disney has also confirmed that themed elements like the Gnome Village and Fairy Garden will be part of the experience. And the Savannah Bananas are coming to Disneyland on March 26th. If you've never heard of them, they're a banana ball baseball team known for turning games into entertainment with dancing, comedy, and crowd interaction. It's more show than sport. So on March 26th, you'll be able to see the Bananas making appearances on Main Street USA and in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland, plus performances over in DCA at Paradise Gardens Park. Disney is also leaning into the theme food-wise. Frozen bananas will be at more vendor carts around parks that day. Another interesting update coming out of Disneyland Park, especially if you love the behind-the-scenes Disney details. Disney has announced a new in-park wedding venue, and this one is pretty unique. Couples can now get married in the Haunted Mansion courtyard inside the attraction's queue area. What's interesting is how this fits into Disneyland's existing in-park wedding lineup. Right now, there are 6 total ceremony venues inside Disneyland itself, in front of It's a Small World, in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle, Magnolia Park Terrace, Magnolia Park Gazebo just outside of Tiana's Palace, Fantasy Fair Garden near the castle, and now the Haunted Mansion courtyard. So that means that 3 of the 6 in-park venues are either inside or very near the Haunted Mansion attraction, which is an interesting majority choice. We're not totally sure what to make of that, but it definitely stands out. And that said, any event that gets to happen inside Disneyland is probably pretty incredible. These in-park weddings do come with a serious price tag. Minimums at the lower priced locations run from $25,000 to $40,000, depending on location and timing. And if you're dreaming big, the ceremony option in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle carries a minimum event spend of $100,000. But the Haunted Mansion backdrop could be an economical choice. Getting to Disneyland could look a little different, especially if you stay off property or rely on shuttles. The Anaheim Transportation Network, ART, has announced plans to wind down its Anaheim Resort Transportation bus service. And just to clarify, ART isn't a city bus. It's privately run, fare-based shuttle specifically designed to connect Disneyland, the convention center, and the nearby hotels. This service has been around since 2002, but in recent years it's been losing money as costs went up and revenue stayed flat. So to keep things running, ART had been partially funded by hotel taxes through the Anaheim Tourism Improvement District, which still wasn't enough to make the service sustainable long term. For a lot of guests, ART became a popular money-saving option, especially if you were trying to avoid parking fees or ride shares. This could also affect Disneyland behind the scenes, since ART buses are used to move guests from the Toy Story lot to the Harbor Boulevard entrance. Disney says it's aware of the situation and is looking at next steps, and nearby hotels are already working on alternatives. For now, it's not an immediate change, but it's something you'll want to keep on your radar as we head towards summer. Enclosure and construction updates starting in Disneyland. It's a Small World now has reopened. It reopened on Friday, and we don't have any more holiday overlay. Over in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance remains closed so far, at least a 2-month closure for Rise. August Cantina is still closed, but we now have a reopening date of March 14th. And Jacka's Coolers reopens February 15th. Jungle Cruise will close on February 17th with no reopening date through late March. And new this week, Space Mountain closes February 23rd, very briefly, reopening 4 days later on February 27th. Over at DCA, Grizzly River Run remains closed with no reopening date listed through late March. And the Incredicoaster has finally reopened. Gem and Jellyfish will close February 23rd, reopening March 6th. And Golden Zephyr is set to close on March 9th, reopening March 18th. In Downtown Disney, this is the latest view of the demo of the 2 ticket booths and the former Earl of Sandwich site. The demo seems almost complete at this point, and we are very excited to see the new portos, but we know it will be quite a while.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.